Britain. 33 million vehicles, 250,000 miles of tarmac. Lights and sirens are no longer enough. The biker cops and paramedics are taking to two wheels to beat the most congested roads in Europe. They're a surefire way of getting vital help where it's most needed, fast.
I'm frightening.
No need.
Which leg is it that's hurting?
The bike squads of Essex Police and West Midlands Ambulance Service race to protect the public and save lives. Coming up on Emergency Bikers, Mark's call to a major accident. We meet the volunteer bikers making a world of difference.
We'll save someone's life or help someone make a crucial decision.
And Essex bike cops lay down the law.
You will do it now.
Birmingham, a gloomy, rainy day. The biker paramedics are on standby.
We've received a 999 call to a tower block. It's a regular place we go to report of a male having taken an overdose.
On duty, Mark Hayes. The Birmingham biker paramedics race to any emergency within an 8-mile radius of the city centre on their Yamaha FJR 1300s, top speed 145. They carry everything a traditional ambulance carries and are trained to deal with anything. To capture the action, we've put special cameras on each rider and bike, so we arrive at the scene the second they do. It's a 2-mile dash across the city to the emergency call. Mark takes just 4 minutes to get there. Unlike a traditional ambulance, he doesn't have to wait for the barrier. He just takes to the pavement.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
That's a bit of a mess.
What's the problem?
What it is, I've taken a few too many pills tonight.
30?
It's taken 30. I don't know about that many, like I've had a few, but I'm feeling a bit, you know, a bit over the board. Like.
When did you take them?
About 3 hours ago.
We didn't know.
The man says he's taken 30 tablets of dihydrocodeine, a powerful painkiller. A high enough dose would put him into a coma and stop him breathing.
Okay.
Well,
Have you vomited at all?
felt sick.
Yeah, I've been sick as well.
Right, how long after taking the tablets were you sick?
About 10 minutes.
And in that vomit, did you notice any of the pills in the vomit?
No, no.
Right. How much alcohol have you had?
Drank a whole bottle of cider.
2 pints or 3 today.
So, whose tablets are these then?
Don't know. I found them. Like.
You found them?
Yeah. So I don't know what they are. You know.
Okay. Well, you're gonna have to go to hospital. You do realise, don't you?
Yeah. I know.
Those
Well,
are.
I'm all right, man.
Yeah, those are quite strong painkillers.
Are
Yeah.
So?
So we need to get you assessed, don't we?
Yeah.
You might
Yeah.
not think.
Do it then.
Don't do that.
I've been like a what, man?
Who?
Who's been cheeky?
Who's been cheeky?
You've been cheeky.
I'm here to help you, mate.
Well, we're asking you for help or something.
We've been called here because
Yeah,
you've taken an overdose.
Not by me, mate.
Listen.
Don't take me then.
Listen, nobody's taking the mickey.
Take me then.
Oi, listen, mate. I'm here to help you. There's no need to be aggressive.
I'm going to be aggressive.
There's no need to. I'm here to help
Don't
you.
worry about that.
I'm not worried, mate.
I'm not worried about it.
I'm here to help you. There's no need to be like.
I have a reason to take the off, yeah?
I'm here to help you.
Off then.
Just listen to what I've got to.
Night, yeah?
I said I'll come with you.
Just
Well, I'm normal, mate. You get me?
201.
I'm going home to mum and
Yeah, can we ask police for immediate response, please? This gentleman's been aggressive and abusive. He's taken an overdose. He's been quite threatening. Received. Just about to start some observations. Next minute, he's been aggressive. But this is typical of what we face on a daily basis. You're going to calm down then, yeah? You're going to be nice then, yeah? All right, don't look so worried, yeah?
I'm not worried, man. I'm watching you, man. What are you doing?
I could do with taking a spot of blood out the end of your finger.
Something wrong with me, look.
I haven't got to prove anything. All I want to do is make sure you're okay. All right. Do you mind which finger I take the blood out of?
I didn't want for help.
That one if you can.
No.
Sharp scratch, 1, 2, 3. That's okay. Your blood sugar's fine. You need to go to hospital. Yeah. Are you going to go to hospital with us?
I'll come with you.
Yeah.
You got me?
Yeah, come on.
Promise me you'll behave.
You go with him, Jason.
Promise me you'll behave.
Yeah, I will.
Right. Sit tight then and we'll sort out some transport.
Not very well.
No, I've got a fever and I've
got a
had
fever?
an overdose, yeah.
Okay, you understand that these guys are here to help you.
Yeah.
You understand that, right?
Oh, no.
Okay. Now, ideally, I don't want these getting hurt, and I don't want you getting hurt. You understand that?
Yeah, I know.
We've got an ambulance coming. Okay. We're going to be taking you to hospital.
Okay.
I'll come with you.
Yeah, well, I didn't mean to come.
All right,
know that.
Have you got the gentleman's details, everything that you need?
Yeah.
You're happy with that? All right. Yeah. Get upset again.
Thank you. Is the vehicle just pulling up?
What are you going to nick before?
I ain't nicking you, Chief. I'm making sure you're all right.
I'm all right.
That's all right. I don't want you getting upset. That's what I'm here for. Let's go.
You still getting upset?
I would suggest that probably 30 of those tablets, 3 hours prior to our arrival, with a couple of litres of cider, I don't really think he would have been sat up talking to us. Any minute now, he's going to lunge for us. We're going to end up on the floor. It was as if he just wanted a fight. He wanted to be argumentative. This is what we have to put up with, and at the end of the day, we're in a caring profession. We don't get paid to be abused, spat, punched, and it's a sad time we live in.
Hello, Helen.
After the break, a 90-year-old needs help,
Have you hurt yourself?
and PC Steve Clements cracks down on illegal vehicles.
Can you take the tints off the front windows for me, please? I can't. You will do it now.
Birmingham city centre. A call's just come in. A 90-year-old woman has been found on the floor of her home. On duty, biker paramedic Steve Harris. It's a 2.5-mile sprint across town. Minutes later, Steve's arrived. He's the first on scene.
Hello, Helen.
Helen lives alone, and her family and friends
Is
were
that
worried
right?
when she
Have you
didn't
hurt
answer
yourself?
the door.
Nobody could get in. The key was still on the inside of the door, and they were trying to get in through the back way. So our son smashed the glass in the back door to get into her, and when he got into her, he found her lying on the floor where she'd obviously been there all night. She was very confused.
But you haven't hurt yourself? No aches and pains?
She's been here all night. I don't know.
Was she in this position, or have you sort of
No,
moved
well,
her?
she was more or less like that. Just put the cushions
She's
in.
trying to make us get her up. She's very confused.
Okay.
So, yeah.
She's had a bad back for about nearly 2 weeks now. Back's been bad.
Right, sweetheart. We'll do some little tests on you, and if you're all right, we'll get you up off this floor, get you a bit more comfortable. I just need to check 1 or 2 things. Is that okay?
Okay.
Okay.
If Helen has been on the floor all night, there's a risk of hypothermia, where the core body temperature dangerously plummets.
Taking the tablets on the empty stomach, really.
And if she hasn't eaten, a drop
So
in
does she
blood
live here
sugars
with us,
could have
son?
made her
No,
faint.
she lives on her own.
Steve needs to do a simple
He
blood
just
test.
calls in. Give us your hand, sweetheart. Tiny spot of blood out your finger. Is that all right?
Yeah.
Well done. What I'd like to do is to get Helen up off the floor. Where's that?
Fellow paramedic Mark
Okay.
steps in to help
Right.
Steve get Helen safely into a chair.
Should we get you off this floor?
Yeah, 1, 2, 3.
Is that a bit more comfy? Is that more comfortable?
Yeah, oh, very much so, really, thanks.
When we picked you up then, did you hurt anywhere?
Yeah.
Yeah? No?
They haven't complained.
But you weren't hurting? No pains anywhere?
No.
Did you go to bed last night? You did? And who got you up? Or did you get yourself up?
All the gypsies.
All the gypsies?
Yeah.
Okay.
Confusion and slurred speech are classic signs of hypothermia, a condition which is thought to claim 30,000 lives every year.
We want to take you down to see the doctor. We'll pop you in the ambulance just to get you checked out and make sure everything's all right.
Okay. Then.
Okay. No, you don't need sandwiches.
Don't cause any trouble, Helen. I don't you like.
What we're going to do, sweetheart, we're going to pick you up and we've got a little wheelchair here and we're going to sit you on that and then wrap you up in a blanket. 1, 2, right.
In cold weather, every time the temperature drops
There
1
you
degree
go.
below average, the lives of 8,000
You can leave
elderly
that
people in
She's
the
on
UK
on
are
it
at risk.
so.
And it's set to be another cold winter.
Certainly within the elderly population, they're very often worried about turning the heating on because of costs, and we know the bills are expensive, but they need to put the heating on. They need to keep warm. They need warm drinks. It's just a matter of keeping their temperature up. If their core temperature has dropped, it's not enough to just wrap a blanket around them and expect that the temperature will rise. They need to be looked after properly, they may need fluids, and they need to be warmed up over a considerable period of time.
Essex, early morning. PC Steve Clements is on duty. Today, Clem is part of Operation Christmas, targeting motorists around the Christmas shopping hotspot, Lakeside Retail Park. His eagle eyes are on the lookout for speeders, mobile phone users, and non-roadworthy vehicles which may be endangering law-abiding drivers on the roads. And on a roundabout, his eyes are drawn to one car. Clem waits until the car is at a safe point and hits the lights.
I require you to stop. I require you to stop, that's why my lights are on. Okay? Yeah, if you go into there. The reason I've stopped you is two things. One, you've got tinted windows, which are illegal, and your number plate's illegal. Okay?
And I land the tint?
No, they have to come off. You can get a £6 fine and endorsement for that.
Tinted windows reduce visibility for the driver. They're fine at the rear, but tints on the front side windows and the windscreen are illegal. And something else has also caught Clem's attention.
Do you use drugs at all?
No.
You don't use cannabis or anything like that?
No.
Not at all? You've not smoked it recently?
No.
Anyone smoked it in your car?
No.
There's a possibility of it being in your car?
No.
Okay. Your car stinks of cannabis.
The driver tells Clem that there's been someone else driving his car who may have been smoking cannabis. Clem's suspicions are aroused. He checks the driver's details with the police national computer.
Have you got any convictions that you know to on the police? Have you got any convictions? You haven't been arrested by the police and convicted? Right, okay, and what else? What's the specifics of the offence of cannabis? Just possession?
It was in my bedroom.
So what I'm saying is you have a connection to cannabis. Yeah?
Okay, yeah.
But I can smell it anyway, so we're going to have a quick search around your vehicle. Right, I'm going to search it under the Misuse of Drugs Act, okay? I'll give you these bits of paper, you can
has
talk, that's just
arrived
for
to
your
back up
index,
Clem.
mate. You stay with my colleague here and I'll have a look around your car. Have you got anything on yourself either? Because there is a, you give it up before we start. Okay, alright, let's have a quick look around in.
Clem knows all the usual hiding places.
Do you have a lot of problems with the fuses on this car? Do you have a problem with the fuses on this car? They go a lot.
Yeah.
I just heard there's a lot of damage to your fuse box.
Is there?
Yeah,
What do you mean damage?
constantly open it. It's a nice little hiding place for cannabis. It's far more excessive than normal use for a car. Is this your jacket?
Yeah.
With the doors getting open, it is getting faint to the smell, so it does sound what you've said. I can't find anything today. On that bit
But
of paper,
there's no cannabis in this car.
Search
And Clem's ready to let this man
These are my
go
details
shopping.
just here. Right, that's me. I've just searched the car in the section for the Misuse of Drugs Act. You know, I haven't found anything. But I'm PC Clements, and that's from my motorcycle unit of Essex Police. Okay, so this will be a record I've stopped you today. So if you keep that one,
What's that?
this is a fine for the index plates, and you're getting a warning for your tints.
Well, I wanted something for searched. I want something, you just search my car, I want
Yeah.
something to prove it, because if I go down the road now and another
Yeah.
police stops me, I want a paper to prove it.
Right.
So I would wait for you.
Okay.
I would want it.
I'll send it to you.
No,
You've got
I
to
want it
request
now,
it. No, you
though.
request it in 12 months.
I want it now.
Okay.
You just search my car,
Yeah.
and you're not giving me no proof you searched my car now.
Okay.
How do I know you didn't put something in my car, go down the road and I get searched again? I don't know that, do I?
Perfectly right. While you're doing that, okay.
it's got-
No,
got to look-
perfectly right. It's okay.
Yeah,
Right. While we're doing that, can you take the tints off the front windows for me, please?
I can't.
You will do it now. Okay. Take the tints off the front two windows, yeah, while I get the paperwork for you for the search.
So you have got it then?
No, I'm going to get someone to bring it down. Yeah, have you got one? Yeah, I'm going to... Right, you take the tint off now, okay? Otherwise I'm going to issue you with a prohibition for it, okay? And I'll prohibit this
gonna take
vehicle...
it off?
Just peel it off. It's sticky
can't
back plastic.
peel it off.
You can peel it off. I've done this plenty of times.
I don't mind you peeling it off.
No,
I
you...
can't peel it off.
It's your car, I'm not going to damage it.
I can't peel it off.
Why? Is it not your vehicle?
Of course it's my vehicle.
So why can't you take the tint off then?
Why can't I just go wayside?
No, why can't you take the tint off? You need to take the tint off, okay? Mick, could you ask them to bring the tint man down? And have you got another clamp? You still got the clamp? Yeah.
I'm just going to do it the window.
Okay. I'll fill the search paperwork out. Just see if they're using it. Yeah, I didn't have it. My colleague just had one.
But the man has more to say.
I asked if I could have it,
Hang on.
and then now you're trying to say, well, take my tints off.
I didn't have this.
You've
I didn't have
me
this
a
form.
warning
Right.
for the tints, so warning.
No, for
so
the
now
weapon.
I'm going to go home and do
Right.
it in my own time.
No,
now.
you're doing it now.
But it don't make sense. You just issue me more warning just because I asked
Right.
to have
Yeah.
a paper because you searched
Yeah.
my car.
Yeah.
You decided to go and take your tints off.
Right.
Why?
But you're going to be here for a
Why?
while I fill this out, so
Why?
you can take the tint off.
Why?
You will take the tint off.
I can't take them off.
It just
This
peels
window
off.
don't open. This window don't open. How am I going to take this one off?
It just peels off. All right, you'll take it off.
Window don't open. You can't take them
Take the
off.
other one off then. Start taking the other one off then. Go and start taking that off.
You can't. They don't come off. I don't know how to do it. It's professionally done. I don't know. I ain't done it before.
Okay. So you're going to peel it off?
I can't peel it off.
Okay.
Don't know how to peel it off.
That's okay. Right, what happens now is because the tint's going to stay on, we test the level. I've got a machine coming out to test the level of it. Depending on the level, depends on what the fine's going to be. Okay, if it's under a certain percentage, yeah, it'll be a £60 fine and 3 points to your licence for driving the vehicle in a dangerous condition. Okay? Or if you take it off in the meantime.
Just the front ones.
Yeah, they're all okay. You just can't have it on the front ones. Or you take it off in the meantime.
They don't come off.
I'm not allowed because obviously how this gentleman's behaving, I have to protect myself is that he can go away and say I damaged his windows when I showed him how to take it off. Yeah? Alright? So if we can get that tint off of that side, I'll give you a VDRS for this side. Alright, so we get it sorted.
Once it becomes clear that the only way this couple
there's
are
a
going to
difference
get to the
in
shops
if you look at
is
it,
by
I know,
removing the
it's-
tints,
I will show
the
you.
man's
but
girlfriend
you need
decides to help out.
He's got screwdrivers in the boot. You just need to start it. You just need to start it. Sorry?
I will do it.
Not be rude, but this lady seems a little bit more non-biased between. She can listen to what I'm saying, right? If you let, I'll speak to her. If we can take this one off, yeah, I can issue a VDRS to get the other one fixed, right?
Okay.
Okay, but we need to at least show me that you're going to take one off. I'll give you a VDRS for the other side, which is a vehicle defect report, which means you take it off and then take it to an MOT and they'll sign and say yes, you've done it, and there won't be any prosecution on that.
So if I take that off, I can go.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what we're saying.
And you don't get points.
I know I'm going to take it off.
Well, you give it a
Finally,
go.
after 45 minutes and the threat of clamping, points and a hefty fine, the penny finally drops.
Yeah, if you stop just there, you see the difference in it.
Yes.
That's letting 70% of light in. Yeah, it's okay. It's the available light we've got today. It's quite good, but soon it's night time. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not, and that's what that is the maximum it can be tinted to. That there. There you go. Thank you. I'll take that, boy. Get rid of it. So, get the tint taken off, and that'll be it. All right, then. Okay. I think he was just a bit upset because he's on his way shopping and he gets stopped by the police. Everyone thinks that they've got the right to do what they like. However, we've got to comply with personal law.
I think it's a big waste of time. Come lakeside to do some shopping, and just made off kill one of my tints, not even both of them. And then just pissed off really. I've got to take it off, or it's just going to be more problems for me. I already wasted an hour or something of my time just for one tin.
It takes a lot to sort of wind me up with the public. It's hard to explain. There is an old adage: you can accuse a man of murder, but tell him his driving's bad, and he'll kick off.
The life of a motorbike cop is a stressful one. Taking time out is essential. So Clem is doing just that.
Today I'm doing my dive leader training for a BZAC, which is the British Sub-Aqua Club, and this is how I relax. I was asked, is it all to do with adrenaline? Is that what it is? Am I an adrenaline junkie because I ride a motorbike and I do diving? But I sort of thought about it and I think, no, it's not that. It's thinking. You can't dive without thinking. If you stop thinking about what you're doing, checking your depth, your gauge, your air and stuff like that, you're going to put yourself in danger. And it's the same with a motorbike. If you stop thinking when you're on a motorbike, that's when things go wrong. I started about 5 years ago with this club. Because it's a club, we have a social life as well. It's not just diving. And this is where you get to relax. I'm not a policeman here. No. We're just all divers together, enjoy ourselves. And once we're in the water, our lives depend on each other. It's a lot of preparation for a short period of time. A bit like motorbike, really. Because you spend all that time getting all your kit on, possibly to only do a short journey. But you have to put it on, otherwise it hurts. So you can spend ages putting this on and spend less time in the water. Policing is stressful, for anybody, and this is a breakaway from it. It's doing something different, and so that's how you cope. I cope with stress, is I do something else that's stressful. I enjoy it, mate.
Outdoor swimming in the UK in the middle of November might not be everybody's idea of fun. But at the bottom of this lake in Cambridgeshire, there's plenty for Clem to look at. After the break, paramedic Mark has to deal with a head injury.
Where are we going?
We're going to hospital.
And we're on the road with the volunteers keeping Britain's blood flowing. Birmingham, and Mark's taking a break in the city centre when he receives his next job, but it's not from control.
A member of the public's come up and told us that just round the corner outside a public house there's a male flat on his back and somebody's rang for ambulance, so we're going to go and investigate. Thank you.
Mark's on scene in seconds.
How we doing, mate? You talk to me? Yeah.
The man's out cold outside
Talk
a
to me,
pub.
matey.
He's unresponsive, and right now, Mark's not sure what's wrong with him. There's a lot of blood coming from his head, and he could also have been drinking.
Has he spoke to you? How we doing, chap? Who saw him come out?
Me, I did.
Was he staggering when he come out?
He stood
Hold on.
staggered backwards.
She doesn't know nothing.
He staggered backwards.
I took
As he
him
staggered
out.
backwards, his foot went like that
And he fell backwards. Come take his head, Steve, would you? Keep your head still. Keep your head still.
Fellow biker paramedic Steve has arrived from base to help.
If you just secure his head for us. He's intoxicated. Was you drinking with him?
No.
No.
I've
All right.
been in there myself all day, so I know. He's had a lot.
Eyes out and blinking. I'm talking to him, but he's not replying.
If the man's hit the back of his head as he's fallen, he could have damaged his neck or spine. He needs to get to hospital as soon as possible.
Have we got a vehicle at all, please? We've got an intoxicated male with a head injury who needs collar and boarding. He's got a little bit of a jagged wound. I'm not overly concerned about the head injury at this stage. Obviously, once he's in the warm, on the back of the ambo, we'll have a proper look.
Mark's got a very basic test to run to check the man's consciousness.
Open your eyes for me, mate. Open your eyes. Hello, all right, good man, good man. Well done. You can go back to sleep now. I've just checked his observations. His blood pressure's a bit increased. He's obviously nodded off to sleep, so we've just done a bit of painful stimuli just to double check that he still responds. So we just give it a little pinch to the earlobe. Straight away he opened his eyes, moved his arms, so I'm happy at that. So we're literally just going to leave him as he is now until the ambulance gets here. Because we can't clear the C-spine, we're going to do the full Monty. Collar board, if you don't mind. Okay, so we're going to go on 3 then, yeah? When everybody's ready, 1, 2, 3.
Mark and Steve need to keep his head immobilised in case of neck injuries.
Just get the collar. All right, keep still, mate. All right, nice and still. Don't worry, mate.
Where are we going?
We're going to take you to hospital, mate. With straps first, please. Got it.
Where are we going?
We're going to hospital. Popping you to hospital. 1, 2, 3.
What are you doing?
Taking you to hospital, mate. Thank you. It's the ambulance service, we're not police. Yeah? We're just making sure you're all right. You've had a bit of a tumble. Keep your arms down, mate.
Are you allergic to anything?
I'm going to kill him. I'm going to kill him.
Before you do that, are you allergic to anything?
Ma'am, I'm going to kill him, ma'am.
I could safely say almost every single day of my working life, there's a job that involves alcohol in one way or another. Fortunately, alcohol, I mean, totally avoidable. Don't need to drink to in excess. It needn't have happened.
Are you allergic to anything, mate? Are you allergic to anything? It's really important you tell us if you are allergic to something. We don't want to give you any medication that you're going to get sick from.
You love me or what?
Do I love you? I don't know you, mate.
You love me?
I don't know you.
I'll shut the back up and leave you to it. All right, okay.
Are you allergic to anything?
Massive implications on the NHS and members of the public, because at the end of the day, we're here dealing with a drink-related incident, and there's jobs out there that need attending to, and at busy times of the year, which is, you know, fastly approaching. We've got winter pressure coming, so the workload increases dramatically. But you know, we can't magically pull ambulances and responders, paramedics out of a magic hat. You know, we still have to cope with that demand.
Are you allergic to anything?
A huge number of call-outs for the paramedics involve people under the influence of alcohol, and it's affected Mark's own drinking habits.
5 years.
I've got to be honest, it puts me off drinking, seeing the state people are in, you know. I could tell you, I went out to a professional person who was a partner in a business, and it was this time last year. He was intoxicated, he'd vomited, he'd wet himself, and then he wanted to fight us. I mean, this is an intelligent person that's got a business, and alcohol has resorted him to a vomit-plastered, violent person. If that's what drink does to you, me personally, I don't drink to excess. Very, very rarely that I'll drink.
A patient's story doesn't end with them being put in an ambulance and taken to hospital. Even on the operating table, there can be more emergencies. When a hospital runs out of blood or needs specialist surgical equipment to save a life, they call in the blood bikes. Some ambulance services ferry blood, but they're swamped with call-outs. Britain's blood bikes are a rapid response lifeline. Around the clock, the bikers crisscross the country, rushing urgent supplies, lab results and medical equipment to wherever they're needed.
One of the most urgent jobs I've actually had to take is a request to pick up some shared surgical equipment from one of the children's hospitals, take it to another one, and as I walked through the door, they grabbed it off of me and basically said, "Great, we need this." The poor little baby is actually on the operating table, ready and waiting.
Mel Rowbottom is one of the Bristol Blood Bikers. The Blood Biker service is entirely voluntary, and accountant Mel gives up one weekend a month to work around the clock in any weather, rushing critical medical supplies from hospital to hospital.
So, where am I going from?
Her first call out today is to a children's ward.
Neonatal St Michael's, pick up syringes, medical equipment to go to...
The bikers don't have a central HQ, but work from their own homes. They ride BMW R1200 RTs, the same bikes as the Essex cops, complete with blue lights and sirens. The journey to St Michael's Hospital takes Mel from her home in the suburbs, right into the heart of Bristol. The bikes can cut through the traffic faster than any car or van, essential when delivering urgent blood.
This is St Michael's Hospital, so we're going to go in now and find out where the antenatal is and actually go up and actually collect the equipment that we needed to take with us down to Bath.
The equipment that Mel is here to pick up is needed to treat premature babies.
These are the syringes that we had to pick up.
But while Mel was inside, she's received a priority job,
We need
which she
3
can
cans.
do on the way to the
Hi,
neonatal unit.
just text me to say I've got an urgent job. What I've got to do is go and meet our 7 freewheelers, which is the other guys up the north of the patch. Do a pickup from them, which needs to go to Frenchay, which is local. And then once we finish Frenchay, we can then go on and go over to Bath to complete the non-urgent job.
Blood samples have been taken from a patient in Gloucester, and they need to be rushed to a pathology lab. Frenchay Hospital on the outskirts of Bristol is home to a specialist rapid diagnosis lab, which supports their trauma centre. The results of the blood tests could mean the patients in Gloucester getting the correct treatment just in the nick of time. This one's a relay job.
Nice to meet you again.
The blood's been picked up by Jeff Brown from the Gloucester Blood Bikers.
Yeah, sample for Frenchay.
Frenchay, lovely, okay.
Mel will take it on to its Bristol destination.
Frenchay.
Nationwide, there are 10 blood bike organisations. Between them, they operate a crucial service, which not only saves lives, but saves the NHS hundreds of thousands of pounds every year. Civil servant Jeff Brown has been working for the blood bikers for 3 years.
We carry mainly blood samples, we carry whole blood, x-rays, hospital equipment. But we're running about 250 jobs a month, and we have 3 bikes on the road all year round. If we weren't providing this service, the NHS would be using taxis. You know, I see it as well, perhaps it's an extra nurse, another piece of hospital equipment, which can only help improve the NHS. And it's the opportunity to put something back into society.
Mel has arrived at Frenchay Hospital and is making her deliveries. It's been a long day. One job turned into 4, and she's not finished yet.
You never know, and that's the whole point with this. You could have 60 calls across a weekend, which means you're on the road permanently, or you could have 2 in the morning, 2 late evening. You're here, you're on call, you commit your time. You just have to be prepared for whatever's going to be on the end of the phone. Just delivering a package, come down from 7 freewheelers for you. Thank you. It's all rewarding. Obviously, at the end of the day, we'll save someone's life or help someone make a crucial decision.
After the break, Mark's called to a man trapped in a van and on patrol with PC Harmon.
Okay, Commander and 70, why are you overtaking me? What you were doing, just under 70.
Essex, Biker Cops HQ, and PC John Harmon is getting ready to go on patrol. It's It's a freezing morning, the sort of icy conditions which would keep most motorcyclists at home. But it won't stop this biker cop from keeping the county's roads safe. Dangers on the road come in all shapes and sizes, and keeping drivers out of trouble doesn't just mean tickets and tellings off. John's come across a car limping along in the live lane of the A13, one of the busiest and deadliest highways in Essex. The driver's got a puncture, but instead of waiting for a recovery vehicle, this knight of the road steps in to the rescue. Further down the road, a lorry has shed some turf which could be a danger. John gets his hands dirty again. John doesn't always find the problems. Sometimes they come to him. On the A13, the traffic is moving at a steady 70. John leaves the minimum braking distance between him and the car in front. But someone decides to barge in. Perhaps not the wisest of moves to cut up a biker cop.
Driver, you turn left to the roundabout, straight down, there comes a little slip road on the left that takes you into services. Yeah. I'll speak to there, please. Thank you. Thank you for stopping. What's the speed limit on the dual carriageway, please?
On the A13,
yeah?
70.
Okay, so if I'm doing 70, why are you overtaking me?
What, you were doing just under 70?
No, I'm doing 70, you come past me, and then you forced your way in between me and the black car in front. Those signs there saying the road narrows are about 800 yards back.
Yes, they are.
So why'd you do it? I'm not being rude to you, but at the end of the day, since the 1st of April this year, we've had 19 people on that road who have either lost their lives or been seriously injured in road accidents. And I've got you overtaking me when I'm already doing 70, you're coming in front of me, you're leaving less than a bonnet's length of distance between you and the black car in front at 70 miles an hour. What we don't want is you to become a statistic.
No, granted.
Alright? So,
all honesty, as it was approaching the road narrowing, I saw you. I knew I was too close. At that point, there wasn't a huge amount I could do about it. But I'm not surprised we're having this conversation. So I apologise.
Okay, but all I'm trying to get across to you is that we don't want you to end up as another statistic.
No, or you.
I appreciate you've got things in your mind, work-wise, etc. But at the end of the day, please be a little bit more thoughtful of what you're doing.
No, of course, I'm sorry.
Because that road does take lives.
It does, I understand.
A stern warning should do the trick. It's this type of driver education which has helped the biker cops cut the number of deaths and serious injuries in Essex by a third.
Van overturned, person strapped, medic en route, an officer.
Biker paramedic Mark Hayes has been called to a serious crash. Sprinting through Birmingham's rush hour traffic, he expects the worst. As he gets onto an empty dual carriageway, he hits the throttle. Later, he arrives at a scene of devastation, crawling with emergency services. 2 vans have collided, and one of them is on its side.
How are we doing? What's the story?
The driver's trapped. Firemen are cutting him out. Mark's expecting serious injuries. But there's a surprise.
Is this the driver?
Yeah.
Don't be walking about, chap. Nice and still.
I want to know if that guy's all right.
Just keep still.
All right.
What's your name?
Joseph.
Joseph, you got any pain in your neck at all? Don't move. Any pain in the centre of your neck?
No.
Any pain down your back at all?
Just on my right shoulder.
Right shoulder. Any pain down here?
No.
Keep still.
Astonishingly,
Nothing at all.
the driver's climbed out of the van and seems okay. But Mark's worried he's in shock, and that could be masking injuries.
Was you wearing your belt?
Yes.
You was. We'll just put you in the warm and we'll have a look at you. Nice and slow. You alright?
Is the other guy all right?
Yeah, the other person's fine.
You can start some off.
I think you've been a lucky man, haven't you? You've got a bit of a sweat on there.
I think that's more fear of seeing.
Yeah. Alright, just relax, nice and still. Take a deep breath for us, chap. Lovely, okay. Any pain in your chest? Nothing at all. Pain in your tummy? Nothing at all. Good man. Can I have a little feel in your...
Yeah, you carry on.
Anything along here? No. Some feel in the joint there. Anything? Remarkably, his neck and his back's clear. There's no obvious injuries other than he's a bit shaken. He's got no other injuries, literally the right shoulder blade.
Thank you very much for the quick response. You lot do a fine job.
Thank you, thanks the same.
I don't have a hat, I put it off to you.
Alright,
God
no
bless
worries.
you.
Okay.
I'm allowed to stand up or?
Just stay there for a bit. Just keep you in the warm, keep you sat down, you're better off like that.
I saw everything as I turned over, and that's like, it's a very scary experience, but I thank God because it's just a pain in my shoulder. My rest of my body's fine.
One lucky bunny. I mean, I've been out to numerous vehicles that have overturned and it's come through as traps, and you get there and they are walking around and the cars can be unrecognisable from the damage. You know, axles ripped off, you know, hundreds of yards down the road. But these vehicles are built to such a standard now that the safety mechanisms that are inbuilt are just marvellous, and they truly are lifesavers.
Helen, the 90-year-old lady Steve helped, spent a month in hospital, but sadly caught an infection and passed away. Her family were very grateful for Steve's hard work on the day.
We couldn't have asked for a better response or a more kinder paramedic than the paramedic who came to Mum's. She had a wonderful, wonderful funeral, and attended by many of her friends and friends who really cared for her. You must be aware that although your mother is getting very old, whether they be 90, 80, you must look after them and take care.
She was lovely. She was a lovely little person. She really was.